In today's tutorial, I'm going to show how you can turn a Google form into a quiz that grades itself, and then how to share it with other teachers so that way when you give the form, you do not have everyone, all teachers' responses on your own form. So to start off with, we've created a simple form. I made one very simple. This is just an addition quiz. Um, the next thing I'm going to do is click on the little settings gear, and then I'm going to look over at the top right. I'm going to click on quizzes. All you have to do is toggle this switch over to make it a quiz. Then there's some options here. You can lock the Chromebooks if you want. Again, this is if we were in school and you wanted it to be a locked down quiz, you can click that to lock down the Chromebook so they can't go anywhere else to look for answers. But for today's quiz, we're not going to worry about that. Do you want the grade immediately sent after each submission? Do you want to manually review it? If you have short answer questions, you might want to manually review it. But as far as this one, it is a multiple choice, so we can do immediately after submission. And then you can change all of these if you want to see the missed questions, the correct answers, the point values. I would suggest if they're going to be able to redo or resubmit for a better grade, uncheck correct answers. That way they don't get the right answer and they can go back and resubmit it. So I'm going to go ahead and click save here. But we're not quite done. Now that we've made it a quiz, we got to go back to uh, our quiz, and we have to click on each question and assign a correct answer. So I'm going to click on answer key, and I'm going to assign the correct answer. So 1 plus 2, the correct answer is 3. If you do not do this, it won't be able to grade it. Okay, and then I can do however many points I want this to be worth. So let's see. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 questions. So since I have 5 questions, they're going to be 20 points apiece. So each one of these is going to be worth 20 points. I need to go in and do that for each of my questions. So 4 plus 5 is 9. I'm going to click on my answer key, click 9, and I'm going to say 20 points. 7 plus 1 is 8. Click on answer key, choose 8, 20 points. I did not click done on all of these, so I'm going to go back and click done. Okay, I'm going to click on my answer key. 5 plus 5 is 10, and it's worth 20 points. So I'm going to click done. I'm going to do that for all of my questions. So 3 plus 6 is 9. 9, and make it 20 points and be done. If you noticed, I do have all of these as required. That way they can't skip them. They have to answer each one. So now you can see my total points is 100 up here, and that will help when I grade the quiz, or when Google grades the quiz. Okay, so the next portion is I'm going to show you how to share it with teachers so that way all responses do not go here in your response tab. You're going to want them to have their own copy so that way they do not have to have all the data mixed in with your data. The first thing that you're going to need to do is click up in the URL box where you see edit. You're going to take anything away from that /edit away. This one only has the word edit, so that's pretty easy. Sometimes it has some other characters, numbers behind it. So I'm going to delete that, and I'm going to type in copy. What this does is it makes you have a forced copy of this quiz. So let me show you what that looks like. If I highlight this now and copy it, open a new tab. When I paste this into a new URL and hit enter, I then get this message that says, would you like to make a copy of the addition quiz? I say yes, and it automatically makes a copy of that quiz inside my drive. So now, instead of it saying addition quiz, it says copy of addition quiz. And I can assign this to my students. And when they do their responses, I will be the only one that gets the responses. The person who shared the form with me will not have the responses. You can see that it's still a quiz, so everything is exactly the same. You can at any time go in and make changes to these quizzes that have been shared with you, because now it's your very own copy and you're not making changes to someone else's copy. So that is how you share a quiz. with other teachers that you've created. Once you have your quiz ready to go and you're ready to share it in your classroom, you can click on the send button here and then click on link, and you can get a link here for your students to do. So if I click on shorten URL, I have this link right here, and I can share that in my Google Classroom so my students can click on it and take the quiz, and then I can collect their data. And that is a simple way to create a quiz that grades itself in Google Classroom.